Hey, welcome to the weekly wrap only on KENS 5 Plus. I'm your host, Audrey Gasolreno. Let's get to the biggest stories of the week so you can stay in the know. At number 5 in our countdown, help could be coming as soon as next week for credit card holders. President Trump is calling for a one-year cap on credit card interest rates at 10%. Currently, Americans pay an average credit card interest rate of about 20%, with the average balance per borrower at around $6,500. The president's plan could save cardholders a lot of money.
If you had a $5,000 balance and you were, say, had 24% interest, because 20 is the average, so we're used 24, you're paying a lot of your payment towards interest itself, $100 a month. If we slapped a 10% cap on that, it would reduce the amount of interest to $41 a month. And guess what? That saves you about $700 a year in interest.
President Trump has not yet approved details about how he would enforce a 10% cap or whether the plan would apply to new or existing balances. More than 50 million women navigate menopause every year, and many view this time of life as a downward shift. But as KENS 5's Jeremy Baker reports, it can be looked at as a reset where women can reclaim their well-being, confidence, and even identity with the right tools.
Menopause is the period in a woman's life when menstruation stops, but along with that comes a lot of other bodily changes that women are forced to adapt to and most have in common. Starting with less collagen in the body, that can greatly impact a woman's appearance.
There's a lot of skin changes that occur, starting with a decrease in collagen and elastin that can contribute to the lax changes one sees along the jawline as well as the cheek wrinkles that form.
Next, a decrease in saliva that can be damaging to gums and teeth. Experts say a softer toothbrush can help.
They have found an increase in saliva production as a function of using this brush, as well as help the gums that are more sensitive during menopause that can ultimately result in tooth decay if not handled properly.
A woman's skin can also be affected by menopause with a shift of a hormone called oxytocin. Certain moisturizers can battle the imbalance and resulting dryness, but there are ways to reverse that process.
That can happen with the use of product lines that help hormonal balance of the skin.
Last but not least, loss or thinning of hair.
Our hair frames our face, and this can be severely impacted in over 50% of women going through menopause.
For longevity advice and modern tools to fight the issues we talked about, head to this story on KENS5.com. In the studio, Jeremy Baker, KENS 5.
Good information. The weekly wrap is back after this.
Go ahead. Take a look at the faces of San Antonio Zone. When you look into their eyes, you see passion, you see hard work, you see familia. Generations of people who embody a rich culture of respect, honor, and originality. We're all in San Antonio, but more importantly, San Antonio is in us. It's what makes us special. It's why we're proud to be San Antonio's own.
A broken vehicle fixed after 5 months of no help.
KENS 5 made it 100% better.
A busted windshield fixed after getting the runaround from a contractor.
And you guys did it. Y'all were amazing.
A much-needed tax refund this man couldn't access. Yep, fixed.
KENS 5 actually helped me out quite a lot, actually.
Have a consumer problem you can't solve? Call KENS. Weekdays at 6 on KENS 5.
Got a problem, call KENS. They will solve the problem.
My name is Sue Kalberg, and I am a journalist for KENS 5 for 22 years. I think it's been an awesome privilege to be able to work in the town that I grew up in. My uncle, Rex Stanley, was the very first guy hired at KENS 5. From the beginning, I said, you can get paid for that? Let me in. It fills my heart to be a part of the KENS family, because the KENS family is the San Antonio family. I am San Antonio's own Sue Kalberg.
We want to get to breaking news right now.
Here, let me show you the police activity. New insight into a deadly police shooting.
We just got an update from fire officials. We'll continue to keep you updated.
Stream extended coverage, live or on demand, right here on KENS 5 Plus.
Welcome back to the weekly wrap. At number 4 in our countdown, the U.S. Supreme Court is expected to decide by June what to do about transgender athletes. That's after hearing 3 hours of arguments Tuesday for and against a nationwide ban. A 15-year-old student from West Virginia and a college student in Idaho are both challenging bans in their states against transgender athletes. There are 27 states with bans in place, including Texas. The plaintiffs say they are victims of sex discrimination, while supporters of the ban say they are protecting women's sports. A final ruling is expected in June. At number 3, former President Bill Clinton and his wife, former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton, could soon face contempt proceedings as early as next week. That's after they both failed to attend hearings this week to answer the House Oversight Committee's questions about convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. In letters obtained by CNN, the Clintons and their lawyer laid out their legal issues with the request. The Clintons' lawyers say the couple is being unfairly singled out, and the subpoenas are invalid and legally unenforceable. Former Secretary of State Clinton had a similar disposition scheduled on Wednesday. Now, the Republican chair of the House Oversight Committee says he will start the contempt proceedings if they don't get answers. A home for a hero. A group of teenagers are building an entire home to give to a local veterans. The high school students are with Northside ISD's Construction Careers Academy. KENS 5's Henry Ramos went to the construction site to see their hard work firsthand.
It takes precision. Every cut and measurement has to be right. This project is powered by young hands.
Age doesn't make us any less capable.
From the ground up, high school students with Northside ISD's Construction Careers Academy are building an entire home.
When we got it, it was just a trailer. We had to take the trailer, put metal sheeting over the top, put insulation on that, build a whole subfloor, put the subfloor on, build the walls, then put all the walls up.
It is their biggest project yet.
This is the fastest I've ever seen one get done. And I mean, the work that they're doing, it's amazing.
You still have to do this.
The students, part of the Magnet School, started the build in late 2023. Wow. For a lot of them, they didn't know a thing about construction before entering the program.
We try to be out here every single day to get as much work done as we can.
The more than 900 square foot home has 2 bedrooms, 2 baths, a loft. It will even have a full kitchen and living room.
I think we're doing something great, and it feels amazing to be a part of that. And I love all my classmates. We're a great team.
The project, called Home for a Hero, was funded by their partners, and once it is finished, it will be given to a local veteran.
It means a lot to me knowing that I can build a home or something just this small. Well, it's big, but small in comparison to what they did for us.
As the structure takes shape, so does their future. This program is helping construct these students' lives.
It helps us build both in our personal lives and academic lives. You learn a lot of good life lessons.
This house may be made with wood and nails, but it was built with heart.
I hope they love it. We put a lot of hard work into it.
Henry Ramos, KENS 5.
They sure did. The students should be done with the project in May. Meantime, the school is working with an organization to find a veteran who will get this home. Stick with us. We're going to be right back.
Go ahead. Take a look at the faces of San Antonio Zone. When you look into their eyes, you see passion, you see hard work, you see familia. Generations of people who embody a rich culture of respect, honor, and originality. We're all in San Antonio, but more importantly, San Antonio is in us. It's what makes us special. It's why we're proud to be San Antonio's own.
Talked to this police officer, and she told me to call KENS 5.
Every week, KENS 5 is looking out for San Antonio's own.
The next day after you left, they sent a professional AC guy, and my AC's working now.
If you've been wronged by someone,
it was shocking. Clearly something went wrong.
Or a business,
I couldn't believe it was happening.
Just call KENS. Weekdays at 6, only on KENS 5.
I got my vehicle back. I'm rolling again, so call KENS 5 to help you if you need help too. Born and raised on the northwest side of San Antonio, Texas. Generations of my family have been from this part of Texas. I have Fiesta roots. I have Spurs roots. I have Texas Fighter roots. Played basketball at Clark. Basketball was a huge part of my life for 16 years. My comfort dish, a plate of chilaquiles with salsa verde. I grew up watching Ken's 5. I am who I am because of this beautiful city. I hope that they can find a sense of pride knowing that their creation is helping deliver them the most important news of the day. I'm Alicia Nieves, and I'm proud to be from this beautiful city.
If you want a meal that will make you say,
So good!
That is fantastic. Catch Neighborhood Eats, where we find the best local restaurants. Streaming now on Kent's 5 Plus.
All right, welcome back. Right now, we want to get to this week's Quick Hits, where Ken's 5's Meredith Haas tells us how researchers are breaking down plastic and creating clean energy.
Some news I'm excited about: forever plastics may not be forever. And it's all because of a simple chemistry trick. Scientists are borrowing an idea from DNA. Basically, by mimicking DNA and its proteins, researchers have designed certain plastics that remain durable but can be triggered to fall apart naturally. And cheaper, clean energy could be on its way, but it's all from paper mill waste. Basically, they turned this paper production waste into a powerful catalyst made with tiny nickel and iron particles. It's this material that's going to work quickly and it's going to last a long time, but it uses less energy to produce hydrogen. And if you've ever felt drunk without drinking alcohol, scientists have a reason why. And it's all because of our gut bacteria. Some researchers found that people who are maybe not as healthy have a certain gut that basically brews alcohol from what they eat. Thank you for watching this week's Quick Hits. I'm Meredith Haas.
Wow, interesting stuff. All right, back to our countdown at number 2. Tensions remain high in Minneapolis after a second shooting involving a federal immigration officer. A Venezuelan migrant is now being treated after he was shot in the leg by an ICE agent. Happened about 5 miles north of where an agent fatally shot Renee Good a week ago. The Department of Homeland Security says the Venezuelan national and 2 other people took off from a traffic stop and then attacked a federal agent with shovels and a broomstick. They say after the shooting, he and others barricaded themselves inside an apartment. And in the wake of Renee Good's death, at least 6 federal prosecutors in Minnesota have now resigned. Joseph Thompson, who was the first assistant U.S. attorney for Minnesota, is among those who resigned. A source says the prosecutors were being told to focus their investigation on the actions of Good, her widow, and others who may have been involved in ICE protests rather than the officers' actions. Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche issued a statement after those resignations. He says the Justice Department doesn't believe there was evidence to back a criminal investigation into the officer who shot Good. In the past, the department's Civil Rights Division has typically launched investigations into law enforcement-related shootings to make sure officers did not breach the rights of the shooting victim, even if that investigation never results in charges. And at number 1, President Trump told the people of Iran, quote, help is on its way amid reports that as many as 12,000 Iranian protesters have been killed by the Iranian regime in recent days. In a CBS News interview, the president also said he's prepared to take very strong action against Iran, particularly if authorities begin hanging protesters. The crackdown has been condemned globally, with many cities around the world staging demonstrations in support of the Iranian protesters. And of course, we'll be continuing to follow that story and all of the others you heard here today. But thanks for joining us for this week's episode of the Weekly Wrap, only on Ken's 5 Plus. We'll see you next week. Bye, guys.